Hello, good evening, girls, gays, and theys to Charisma Mod, the only D&D live stream that isn't just a bunch of cis men. We're a diverse team of queerdos who love to get together for adventure and the occasional ghost roast. Let me get you up to speed. Last time on Charisma Mod, I have T-Mare and Scrimmy, our trinamic trio, began their adventure at a little shop of curiosities called Maeve's Many Marvels. Joined by their gnome cleric friend Benin, they followed an invitation from the shop owner Maeve to visit their new bar, the Wizard's Tower. On arrival, the team is made aware of giant rats, spiders, and centipedes in the cellar. The presence of these creatures, all even bigger and scarier than the ones you'd find in your Toronto basement apartments, gave our heroes a serious WTF. But that didn't stop them from joining the party and having a time. They talked to the mayor of the town and eventually did a little investigation at the library where they discovered a super hot half-orc barbarian named Volta, and also that the Wizard's Tower was previously owned by a necromancer. Cool. Just then, they receive a letter from Maeve's partner, Toruth, delivered by a traveling bard named Yodel Brownfarthing. The letter tells of a mysterious sleeping disease that is affecting folks in the mines to the north. The team decides to help them and asks Yodel to join them. Our feckless adventurers, burdened with glorious purpose, headed to a marina to steal a boat. On arrival, they meet an intimidating human woman carrying a spear and a crossbow, so naturally they pay her to accompany them across the water. They set sail into the dusk and somehow defeat some creepy specters by throwing their weapons into the water and mocking them. Never fails. They reach land just in time to rest up a little bit before defacing a shrine to Ayun, the god of knowledge. They steal some items from the shrine, and eventually, realizing what they have done, they recreate a new shrine somewhere else. They're briefly joined by a colorful birdman named Jesse Chris, the American Eagle, but he doesn't like their heathenous ways. Is heathenous a word? I'm not too sure. He doesn't like their heathenous ways, so he leaves them to their own devices to fight an undead direwolf, haggle mercilessly with a wandering merchant, and fuck with a banshee in the middle of the night, because why the hell not? After they defeat the banshee, I have told us in an epic monologue fashion about a terrible dream they had. And that's where we left off. I'm excited to get the show started, so let's just toss this over to our wonderful DM extraordinaire, Stella Saint, everybody.
Hello and good evening. This is Goth Stella coming to you from the crypt. Or whatever. All right. As our lovely MC Alice said, we've now found our party in the middle of the night in this forest, where for some reason they keep coming across undead of all types. It's now 2-ish in the morning. It's dead of the night. And speaking of the dead, they have just re-killed a banshee. They're standing around over what remains of this undead elven creature of the night who has now been reduced to but a pile of ash. My friends, Yodel, T-Mare, I have Scrimmy. What do you do?
Can we rest? Finally, please? We're also beaten to shit. Can we just have a relaxing night where we rest?
I vote for that.
Yeah. My HP isn't all it could be.
I mean, I've been resting, to be fair. Like, I had a rest, but,
Okay, first watch. It's all yours.
You remember the watch I had. That's how I got, like, slashed up by this banshee when I was protecting everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got
Easy.
about 4 hours rest left needed for those of you that need 8 hours rest for our elven barbarian, you have rested actually because you took first sleep for our meditation for the elves, so you're actually good. So would make the most sense, says the voice of God, for you to keep watch again, and for everybody else to get their 4 hours that's left. If
Well, I
you would
wouldn't
like
call
to do
myself
that,
the voice of God.
I mean,
you said it. I'm just going with it.
yeah. I mean, I totally will do that. I have no qualms about the fact that I just did that and almost died. It doesn't affect me in the slightest. So I will go back on watch and see if there are any more banshees around.
Well, do you say that to your companions here? Are you Team Air, kind of upset about the fact that you need to do this again?
No.
Would anybody like to do an insight check on their friend Team Air?
No inside check required. I'm going on the record as not buying it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do it. I feel a bit weary about it, guys, honestly. The last time was pretty crazy. I'm not feeling 100% myself, but it's fine. I will...
Well, that's why you need to rest.
Yes. I mean, I could rest.
Yes.
But I'll do it for you. I'll do it for the team.
Would it help if I cast alarm near our campsite so we have a warning if something's coming? Because I'm going to sleep it off and I'll get a new spell slot almost immediately.
Yeah, tell me how that spell works. Tell everybody how that spell works.
Oh, so the spell, I can select a space, and any creature, it's like a 20-foot cube, any creature that walks through it sets off a piercing, shrieking, caterwauling howl and lots of lights, and it sounds like an old tiefling chant, Dangerous Woman by Ariana Grande.
Great.
That's how you know something's coming.
My favorite kind of chant.
Yeah.
So a 20-foot cube is pretty small, so you'd all have to kind of like snuggle up together. I don't know if you've yet done that. How does that feel?
I mean, I will stay in my tree. And then that'll make it easier for like everyone else to like huddle around.
Okay, so you'll be outside the alarm.
Yeah.
Okay. And you'll place it around.
I'll be right in the center of the cube as bait. My fleshy little halfling body is probably really sumptuous to a passing by beast of the woods, I would imagine. Like a really hungry wolf would love a halfling as a late night snack. So I'll sit right in the middle of the cube.
Okay, there's a story there.
What do you mean?
It just seems like you're speaking from experience is all.
Oh, that's why we halflings never stray too far from the village. There's always some kind of merriment eagle swooping down, killing halflings by the dozen.
Yeah.
All right, so I have decides to climb back in their tree and set alarm. So in a 20-foot cube, do the three of you want to like sort of be in that 20 feet together?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought I was taking watch. So
Yeah,
that,
well,
I'm
you
not
can-
doing...
You can stay awake in that cube
Oh, okay. Yeah.
if you want, or you can be elsewhere. It's up to you. What do you want to do as Team Air?
No, I feel like this is the whole point. No, I'll stay in the cube.
Okay.
Since we're getting spell slots back, I might as well, as a precaution, cast heat metal on T-Mare's weapon of choice so that it can do a shit ton of damage if we do get ambushed.
Sure. How long does that last? I believe it's only a minute.
What?
Most of those kind of spells are only for mid-battle, so for the next minute, it's going to be real hot.
1 hot minute. All right.
Well, I do it anyways just to show off. I'm like,
Right.
come here, check this out. Oodly-doodly-doo. And then I heat your metal, and I'm like, I dare you to touch it. No,
Or
don't do it.
spit on
Don't do it. Yeah, spit on it. Put a leaf
Spit on his hot rod. Yes.
That happens. Okay, so I mean, Scrimmy and Yodel. Well, Scrimmy goes to sleep. Yodel goes to meditation. I have goes to sleep in the tree, and T-Mare takes a watch. So T-Mare, you're going to get what's called a short rest. So what you can do is
I'm already awake.
Yeah, short rests. You have D12s to gain your hit points back. So you can roll up to 4, but know that you have those 4 dice to roll as short rests between long rests. So let's say between now and tomorrow night, you need another short rest. You have to use from that pool. We haven't had a chance yet as a group to do short rests, so that's how they work for you. Everybody has a different amount of like the die and the amount of them, or So for T-Mare, because you're a barbarian, you have 4 d12 that you can use in short rests throughout the course of a day. So that's what you can take now. You can roll up to 4, or you can roll like 1 for an hour, 2 for an hour, 3 for an hour, and save just in case you want to take another short rest before your next long rest. So decide what you want to do, and then go ahead and roll. We're just going to say at least short rests are half an hour right now. So we're just going to say for the next half an hour, everything's chill. And you can go ahead and choose how many d12s you want to roll to take your rest. That's for your hit points. Okay, so you go ahead and roll 1 d12, and that's how many hit points you get back. Right now, you're at 22 out of 32 hit points.
D12, D100. I can't believe that exists.
Yeah,
okay.
Cool.
1 d12.
Yeah. Isn't that just a ball?
It's a 12. Oh, 100. Yeah, they're mystical.
I got a 3.
Okay, so add 3 hit points. So you are going to stay for now at 25 out of 32 hit points. You're not healed up, but that's what you're doing. And then everyone else is sleeping, but I'm going to have T-Mare, you're going to do a couple things while you're awake. First of all, I'm going to have you do a perception check. See if there's anything around.
Okay, perception check. Let's see. 22.
Oh, amazing. So you are eagle-eyed after last night. You are looking around. You're listening to any movement. Any little like wind in the trees, you're like, the fuck? You're ready for everything. You don't see anything. It's the dead of the night. There's an owl or two. There's some moles and rats that run through the forest floor, but there's nothing that you feel is a threat. However, it's the middle of the night. Your friends are sleeping. You're still hurt. I'm going to have you do a Constitution saving throw to see if you can keep your eyes open.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
14.
Okay. So you managed to stay awake for the first 2 hours. Great. Roll another perception check.
Ooh. I'm out here in these streets.
Yeah.
12.
Okay. You're getting a little bit tired, but you're like snapping yourself awake. Like, what would you do? Like, your friends are sleeping, dead of night. It's now 4 a.m. What would T-Mare do to try and like keep yourself awake?
Is there any wine around?
Yeah, you probably have a skein of wine in your bag.
Yeah, let's get drunk.
A little purse wine.
Little purse wine.
Yeah. Why not? Is it a nice rosé? Is it a hearty red? What do you got in there?
How'd you know it's a hearty? It's a Malbec.
Yeah.
It's a Malbec.
Good. So you take a few swigs of your Malbec to keep yourself awake. Check your wine teeth. It's all good. And then we'll have you do one more Constitution saving throw to see if you can stay awake until the sun rises.
Okay. I shouldn't have had that wine. It's a 5.
You probably shouldn't have had those few sips of wine. You take one sip. You take another sip. On your third sip, you start, and you sort of do the fall back on the tree. Now for the last 2 hours, everybody sleeps. The elves are meditating, but it's the equivalent to sleeping. So it's about, 4 until 6 a.m. right now. Around 6 a.m. hits, and weirdly, the first one to rise is Scrimmy. Sun's rising, 6 a.m. Up you get. Yodel is on the ground next to you. Timur has fallen asleep sitting up on a tree with a skein of wine in her hand.
What are you? Oh.
And I have is in the tree above you, still asleep as well.
Well, I silently decide. I muttered under my breath. Well, looks like it's up to Scrimmy once again. Looks like I gotta carry the group again. I muttered to myself.
All right.
And then I get up and I kind of shuffle around a little bit. I frustratedly kick a twig, but not so loud that I'm waking anybody up.
Okay.
I'm just kind of shuffling around. I'm looking at a tree here and there. I'm just taking in the scenery.
Okay. Are you looking for anything? You do anything? Starting breakfast, making coffee? Just
Nope.
chilling for a minute.
I know better than to go wandering off. If I see a specter, I'm going to pretend it's not there. I'm just going to stay put until everybody wakes up. I'm going to be a good little halfling and just sit. I find a nice little stump nearby and I sit down and I whittle a stick. I find a stick and I'm like, I don't know how to whittle, but gee whiz, I might as well try. Who knows? I might be good at it. And I take out my little dagger and I start whittling.
Okay, so while you're whittling, you know it's been a minute. Go ahead and do a nature check for me.
That is a 16.
Okay, with a 16, you realize everyone should have gotten their fair rest by now. It's been the additional 4 hours that everyone needed. You feel well rested. It's well into sort of 6:30 in the morning at this point.
Okay. I stand up on the stump and I take out my French horn and I go, and I play, what's it called? Baker Street, the D&D version.
It's really loud and it kind of echoes in the forest, but nobody wakes.
Oh no. Oh, come on. Stella, no. Stella.
Who's Stella?
God damn it. It doesn't work. So keeping a very vigilant eye out, a 360 swiveling head, I walk up to I have
in the tree.
Oh, I take a little acorn, and knowing that it's not going to hurt him, right?
Yeah, you won't hurt him by throwing an acorn.
Good. I'm so wary of your curveballs.
An acorn will not hurt them.
Okay, find an acorn, and I try and chuck it up at I have just to maybe nudge him, rouse him awake. That'll be my first attempt.
Okay, to see if they hit, see if you hit, go ahead and roll. What would this be? This would be, go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Oh, nice. I have a good sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, 11.
Okay, it whizzes sort of right by them and hits the branch above them. But you didn't quite hit them. But
okay, well, I decide that I've got two perfectly healthy people on the ground here.
Yeah.
So knowing that T-Mara slept a little less, might as well give her a little bit more rest. I try and gently shake awake Yodel.
Okay. You go ahead and shake Yodel.
Yodel!
He is apparently sucking his thumb deep in meditation.
Yodel!
Nothing.
Oh, gee whiz. I say to myself, boy, they should be awake by now. Well, knowing that we have encountered several undead who have hurt my friends, and I say friends out loud and I say, but I'll never let them know they're that to me. Shit, what the fuck do I do?
Shit.
Well, yeah, I did that when I noticed that they were all still asleep by the stump. And oh crap. What did we do last time to wake them up? We just waited it out, didn't we? They eventually got up. Didn't they? Oh, my memory is so bad.
So it's now like around 6:45. You've been up
Oh,
for about
man.
45 minutes. Half an hour spent like sitting on a stump and whittling. About 15 minutes maybe spent trying to throw some acorns and nudge some people awake.
Oh man, I practice vicious mockery on the stump.
How does that sound?
My eyes roll into the back of my head. Just
Well, do you
imagine I
use
can
a
do
spell
that.
slot or do you just practice?
No, it's a cantrip, so I'm practicing.
Oh yeah, fuck. Every time I need to remember that stupid spell. Go ahead.
So my eyes roll into the back of my head, and I'm like, look at that. Oh, look at you, you stupid stump. You used to be a tree. You tried being a tree, but that didn't really work out for you, did it? Ha ha ha. I peed like right on the other side of you. How do you like that? Now you're just good for defecating and other gross stuff. And then I come to and I'm like, that sucked. Great uncle. Why would you make fun of a stump? And I look at my friends hoping that they have woken up by now.
Everybody's sleeping. Despite that really cutting moment at the stump, it is now about 5 to 7, give or take. You can tell by the sun. Everybody's still sound asleep. You can hear the sounds of the forest awaking, though. There's, things moving. I will say, though, for the first time on your journey, in your 3 days together, it's a gloomy day. The sun's risen, but it's not a bright day. It's one of those misty sort of days where you feel like you're just going to be damp all day. It's just kind of a shitty sort of late summer day.
Can I do an Arcana check on them to see if there's any kind of magic spell thing going on here?
Definitely. Who do you want to look at?
I start with, I know T-Mare got drunk, so I'm going to try Yodel.
Okay.
Fuck! It's a 5.
Yodel's asleep.
Okay, I'll try an Arcana check on I have.
Okay, do you want to climb the tree to be closer to them? It's gonna be hard to tell. You're probably 20 feet away. I don't know. How tall's a tree? 15 feet away?
Does it get weaker the further away I am from them?
Well, you just can't really see them. You can try from here, but it's going to be a way harder DC than being right next to them.
But then I'd have to do like an athletics or acrobatics check to climb a tree, right?
Absolutely, yep.
And I'm gonna fall and hit my coccyx. I'm gonna do it from where I'm standing. I stand directly below them and I do an Arcana check up at them. Oh man, see, I rolled a 14 before and now I just rolled a 12.
You can't tell from here, unfortunately. You're, 15 feet away, and all you really see is like Ihav's back on a large branch. So it's really hard to tell. It's 7 o'clock.
I'm gonna try this.
Okay.
Let me Arcana check T-Mare, and if this doesn't work, I have a plan.
All right, last one. And just so you know, when you keep doing the same thing, the DC gets harder.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Okay.
I do. How far? Okay, we walked pretty far away from that wisdom god, the shrine, the makeshift shrine that we made.
Yeah. The second one you made?
Yeah.
I think you walked about 5 hours from that. My guess would be, give or take.
Okay. I get on my knees.
Okay.
Beside the fire.
Okay.
And I put my hands together.
Cute.
And I bow my head and I close my eyes. And what was the wise god's name?
Ayun.
I say, "Dear Ayun, hey, it's been a while, pal. How are you doing?" Good. Oh, wise one, Ayun. Remember when we apologized and made good on that time where we desecrated your shrine, but then we made a really nice, cute one, like a portable one, sort of further down the road. So it's like you have a shrine and a half now. Isn't that great? What a wise thing to do of us. Now, I beg of you right here in this moment, I'm going to be real straight, real vulnerable with you. I have no clue what to do. I don't know what's going on. My friends are all asleep. I have used as much Arcana as I can muster. Please tell me what to do. Just please. And make sure it doesn't involve any demons or something jumping out of a tree and trying to make us cross over the threshold into the undead or like throw a spear at us. Please. Please, Ioun. Please.
Okay, a couple things happen. You don't see this, but right behind you, in the middle of this, Timur wakes up and Yodel wakes up at almost the same time, and Timur sort of like topples off the tree she was leaning on and like lands on Yodel. And then, just a second, and then Scrimmy, before this, you kind of just worship that like frog deity, right? Back home in Dwellin.
The Frog King, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a new, this is a new go for you. This is like, okay, I'm going to try a new religion here. So I'm going to go ahead and say do another Arcana check.
No. Come
with
on.
that in mind.
That's a crit.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh my God, this is the only way this is going to happen.
Yes.
So at the almost exactly the same time, Timur wakes up, falls on Yodel. Yodel wakes up, and from above, the necklace that I was wearing falls on the ground below them. That all sort of happens at once. I is still asleep.
Hey guys.
Whoa. Ow.
Hi.
Ow.
How are you feeling?
Bad is the answer. You both had horrendous dreams. Second time for Yodel. And I will say to those watching, we did this off screen, but they've both lost 1 max HP. So they're feeling that cold in their heart, that sort of, and you're not sure if it's like this weird damp day or something else, but this is a feeling Yodel had yesterday, and he's having it again, and this is new for Timur.
You guys look a bit rough.
Oh, feel good. And it's not the wine.
No. Oh, jeez. Well, I have necklace fell down the moment you two woke up. You think that's a sign of anything?
What's that necklace for?
What? Yeah, what is that?
Wasn't it protecting them from poison? I don't know. What necklace was it?
I don't recall. I rarely pay attention to anything that's happening with the people.
I don't know. What is this necklace for?
Who's got good Arcana? Let's try an Arcana check on this thing.
I do not.
Got it. No. You can do an Arcana check, or whoever wants to can do a history or intelligence check. There's a lot of ways we can go at this, actually.
Right.
I'll give you that.
I could do a history check.
Sure.
+2 Arcana.
11.
You don't remember. I have been wearing this, for at least a couple days.
Can I try a history check? Can we all take turns on this thing?
Yeah, sure. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
You can do history, intelligence, Arcana. One of those, and they'll each tell you kind of a different thing about it, potentially.
And intelligence, you say?
No, only one of the three. You can't like.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do a history check.
Let's see what comes up.
My history check is 6, so it's not like that.
Okay. So none of you can really place what this is. You weren't paying attention. I don't think I have really talked about it. So you're not sure what happened. I will say that whether they want to share with the group, Timur and Yodel both had dreams. And whether you want to talk about them now or wait a bit, that's up to your character.
Well, T-Mail, tell me about your experience. Did you get a restful night?
No, I didn't have a restful night. I had a really bad dream, actually. Well, I don't know what's happening. I'm a little drunk, so it's all very hazy. I don't know if it was the wine that's done this. I don't know if I'm ready to, I'm just, feeling really uncomfortable right now. I feel like there's
Can
a
you
lot
give us
going on.
Can you give us a little nugget, a soupçon? Anything coming back to you at all? No?
There's
That's
a
fine.
lot
No.
coming back. I had this crazy dream that I was just with my twin sister that you haven't met yet.
That's inconvenient.
And you won't meet her ever, actually. We were just walking, and I remember this, we were walking down this path, and we got asked to go on this mission together. And I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm pretty skeptical. I don't know if you know, sometimes I get skeptical about things. And we got this letter, and it was like, please, you need to save a fellow elf barbarian. We're your sixth elf cousin. Which, okay, that's nice. And she's like, we're over here in the mountains of doom. And I was like, I don't want to go there. But Seymour was like, you always do this. You always say this. You never want to help people. You only want to help yourself. And this is my twin sister. I'm just okay. And we decide that we're going to go. We're walking down this path, and I'm going on this mission I don't want to go on. And I know that it's going to be this really intense mission because I'm getting this really bad feeling. You know that feeling you get, the one we have right now, where something bad's about to happen no matter what?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have this feeling, and we're walking, and it's crazy because it's the letter was written by her best friend, and her best friend and her had a bit of a falling out. And I kind of was I don't know how we feel about her, She's like, no, she's asking us to help because this is someone that's also related to her. And if you know barbarians, you know that we always do everything to help another barbarian. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, okay? So we're walking, and I start getting this, the clouds start moving across the sky. They start making a skull, and it's shaped around the moon. So the moon is the nose, and there's a whole skull around the moon. And I'm like, what is happening? This is crazy. And I was like, I don't think I can continue this mission. And Seymour was like, we have to continue the mission. We have to. You never do anything for me. You never actually do something to help our community. You're always skeptical of people. We're helping somebody. How can you not be there to help somebody? And I was like, okay, I'll help. So as we're doing this, she's pulling out this letter, and she's protecting this book and this lamp really aggressively, really protecting it. Not even I can see it. And I know everything about Seymour. We were born, we're identical twins. I know everything. So we're sitting there, and I'm like, why don't you show me what's in that book? And she's like, I'll never show you what's in this book if you don't trust me. And it's I never said I didn't trust you. So then we start getting into a fight. I was like, listen, Seymour, I'm here for you. I don't want to do this, and I'm doing it for you. She's like, you've never loved me. You've never trusted me. You don't trust anyone around us. You're talking all of this smack about my best friend. I'm like, we haven't seen her in 3 years. Now she's writing a letter, and we're supposed to save this cousin we don't know. So I'm getting skeptical. I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm going to go. I don't want to be a part of this. I'm walking home. She's like, you go home. I don't care if you go home. We were never sisters anyway, which really hurt. You know what I mean? I was like, I can't believe you're saying that. So I start walking away. And as I'm walking, I hear her being like, oh, I knew you would never forsake me. Here you are. T-Mare was talking all of this smack about you, and you are my best friend after all. So I turn around to be like, I can't believe it's Lilith. What is she doing here? And as I turn, she's like, wait, what are you doing? And suddenly 15 barbarians start closing in on Seymour. They start stabbing Seymour. Where's the book? Where's the lamp? Where's the book? Where's the lamp? I try to run. I'm held back by 11 barbarians, and they watch me watch the death of my twin sister Seymour. And out of nowhere, they light Seymour on fire, grab the book, and run away. And then I just woke up.
What? Whoa!
What
I don't know.
was that, a dream or a very real memory? A very vivid retelling of the past?
I'm drunk, so
or
I can't really
both.
answer that right now. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty drunk right now.
Okay.
So it's a really vivid dream. It's
It's
really
fucking
crazy.
dark.
I wish I could tell you more, but like the
Me
mouth
too.
is so strong.
I'm invested.
Can I play a hangover song to cure T-Mare's hangover?
Yes, but first, I will say you also recall at the end of the dream this really disturbing moment where after this attack happened, you see your sister's body being dragged away. And dragging it away, all you can see is these like legs that are burning, that are shimmering with heat and walking away.
The legs.
And so now that I'm sobering up a bit from this hangover song, I do remember that at the ending of this dream, there were these legs on fire walking away.
Maybe we need to set our legs on fire to cure whatever this thing is that you guys got. Hey, you guys should set your legs on fire. See if that works.
Okay. Let's call that Plan F.
What I don't know. What do you guys think we should do?
Oh gosh.
I don't know. Did anyone else have any dreams like that, or is that just me? Like, I don't know. Weird. It just seems so real.
Yeah. It seems dark, and family's always hard. But my dream sounds like a kind of a sissy boy dream in comparison. It's
I
not
do dream hard.
Yeah. That's mighty fucking dark tale. Everybody's got their own bag of hammers to carry about, but the dream that I had, and I touched upon this previously, it seems to have come back. There was initially everything was going fine in the dreamscape, then things started to take a kind of a turn. I had gone on vacation and loaned my cat to a friend of mine. I wonder if we could get the voice of God in here on screen just for a second. Because I had loaned my cat to this friend of mine to take care of while I was away.
I fucking hate you.
And then, unbeknownst to me, the cat escaped. She didn't tell me. I'm sure she was trying to spare my feelings. But it had a happy ending because I came back, she found the cat just in time, dropped it off, mum's the word. And then my dream took a turn, a dark twist. I recalled when I was a youngling in my perhaps 100 and teens, before I had even left my family's tree. That's an elf joke. I had fallen in love for the first time, and she was beautiful, with long chestnut hair down to her waist, a devastating sharp-tongued wit, and great big dreams. She was a little older than me, so, kinky. But in my eyes, that also made her wise and strong. But all my friends hated her and said she was a real witch. And she was, on her mother's side. But she wasn't always like that. No one likes a witch who's always on, you know what I mean? So we spent only 2 seasons together. I met her shortly after winter solstice. But as we approached the harvest, my human father and elf mother decided to travel home to their motherland and drag the whole mischief with them. A mischief is a collective noun for a group of elves. And we were being torn apart by our families like fabled stories written in some other alternate world in the near future or past. It gets hazy.
Like
about
Romy
star-crossed.
and Julio.
Yeah, you've heard of it. I thought it was just an elf fable. But, these star-crossed 13-year-olds. We held each other outside her den while the rest of her coven watched, not very discreetly from inside. And I knelt in front of her, and the arms around her waist as we said goodbye, and tears running down our faces as a familiar song echoed from my horse's onboard entertainment system, which was a small warbling bird that knows all the oldies. A tune made popular by the Brothers of Righteousness that played. And then I mounted my steed and I rode off in the sunset and boarded a ship to the old world the next day. And upon arriving, I tried to find contentment amongst the beautiful countryside and the ancient architecture and reuniting with distant relatives and elves from other realms and fiefdoms. But I was inconsolable. And all I wanted was her. I tried to contact her. I sent owl after owl. There was no response. I called her, but our crystals were never aligned. You know? She could never manage to pay her crystal bill on time, I suppose. So I sat and cried and howled at the moon. We weren't living in the heart of Werewolf District, but we were werewolf adjacent at the time. And those howls turned to bays, and those bays turned to bellows, and those bellows turned to hollers, and those turned into singing. And that's when I started to become a bard. But I was never again reunited with my love. It's almost as if a great pair of fiery legs stood between me and her. You know what I mean?
And they did. In fact, at the end of this dream, what you saw was, what looks like a dozen owls or so with letters tied around their necks, being dragged behind these fiery legs, dead,
legs
walking away. So about 45 minutes have passed since the two of you have joined Scrimmy being awake, and is still fast asleep above you in the tree.
Well, your two harrowing tales were harrowing indeed. Usually my dreams consist of me dancing with lifelike gourds. It's a good time. So I can't really relate. But, my voice, it hurts. Okay, pretend I'm still using screamy voice. I swear to God, it's really starting to hurt. Hey, guys. Didn't we, last time when people slept in, we just waited it out, right? They eventually woke up. We still haven't figured out a way to wake these people up, right?
No.
No?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Should we wait it out? What do you think? Or just leave without them? The end.
Does this call for splitting up the crew?
Can't we try to shake I have awake?
Could we fold I have into a little bag and carry them? Carry them?
We have horses. We still have those horses we're running around with.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever been on a horse? Have you ever been on a horse asleep? It doesn't work. Oh.
Well,
are we afraid of waking them up?
Yeah. We can just toss them over a horse and just walk along and just hope that they wake up eventually.
We've got that rope.
Yeah. Tie them down on top of a horse. And then I could play the bagpipes as we walk.
Just cuz.
To see just anything that just shake I have awake.
Yeah.
Just to set a tone.
Yeah.
What do you think?
They're about 15 feet above in a very large branch. Probably sort of like they do a thing with their cloak to like sort of make sure they don't fall out of the branch.
My mage hand can manipulate objects, right?
Yeah, you can't lift a whole person. I think it's got a 5-pound weight max. But
can I push 10 pounds? Can I do a 10-pound push and push them out of the tree and then T-Mare can catch them?
Yes. I would love that to happen.
How asleep is this guy? Is this person? Sorry. How asleep is I have?
I mean, asleep. Nobody's really got to check on them.
Okay, can I check on I have? What's
yeah, sure. They're about 15 feet up in the tree.
I have. Can you get up, please? We were trying to do this mission. What do I have to do?
I mean, all the yelling and I mean, Scrimmy's played his horn. People have been talking. People have been like hollering up at them. None of that has helped yet.
Okay, I'm gonna throw something at them that's stronger.
Sure.
What do I need to do?
Well, why don't I push him first so we're not like hitting him or anything like that? You can stand underneath and like catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like if we do this out of nowhere, it's gonna be like, and then, Timar's leg breaks from the fall or something. You know what I mean?
So you'd rather throw a rock at him instead?
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
Well, okay. What if I throw a stick at I have?
Yeah, totally. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check to see if you can like aim the stick up.
Does persuasion work? on
Okay,
sleeping
18.
people?
I have has to be awake with an 18.
Yeah, so you go ahead and aim the stick and it hits them like right in the shoulder.
And
I have, are you awake now? I have, wake up! Seriously.
So it's now about 10 to 8.
Okay.
All right, it's clear that there's some kind of magical hooey gooey
Oh,
going
yeah.
on about.
I forgot about the necklace. I forgot
What about the
that there's-
necklace?
Well, it dropped from I have, and obviously something's happened to I have.
Yes, but it's
I
the
did-
same thing that's happened to all the other miners and all us. This is the sleeping sickness, right?
yeah,
So
But I
clearly
have
his
already
victim.
had. I
There's
have
gotta be a
already had
magical
the sleeping
solution.
sickness.
Sorry.
Oh, a magical solution.
Yeah.
What were you
There's
going to say, Timur?
I was gonna say I have already had their dream that's happened, so I feel like they're not gonna be affected twice. But the dropping of the necklace is like there's like a spell on I have. I feel.
So what if we
because
put the
they're
necklace
not
back on?
protected?
yeah. That's what I'm thinking. We get them out of the tree and then throw the necklace on and see if that does anything.
And there's no Arcana check on this that we did. That it didn't work before, right?
It didn't work.
Nobody rolled well on that one.
I didn't try.
Wow.
I didn't try to roll.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll an Arcana check on the necklace. Is that what you're doing? That was
if
the
I
one
ro-
where it's like you can roll history, intelligence, or Arcana. You rolled one. of
Oh,
the
I
three,
rolled
right?
history.
Yeah,
Okay.
and everyone kind of failed. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's all of this talking. It rolls around just after 8 o'clock, and I have starts to stir.
There we go. We just wait it out.
And all of you just staring up at them, throwing sticks and whatnot, and then eventually,
What the damn hell?
yeah, they wake up, and it's just after 8 o'clock, and it's been a weirdly long sleep, but they've woken up, and they've also had a dream.
But we are all long rested, right?
Yes.
Just
So
okay, cool.
everybody except for Team Air, you got your short rest. Everybody can take a long rest else. Like Team Air did get
Yeah,
you got
right.
your long rest before, but then you went into battle and then you got a short rest. So Team Air is where she is, but the rest of you can take a long rest.
Okay.
Because everything that happened in battle was after Team Air's long rest.
Yeah.
So that means I restore my HP to its maximum.
Yeah, so go ahead and hit long rest on the sheet and it'll do everything for
Oh.
you. So hit
Okay,
long
well-
rest and then hit like accept or something. Make sure you hit accept, otherwise it won't do it. At the top.
Take long rest.
Yeah.
Confirm.
And then it'll reset everything for you.
Excelente, Kaiser Permanente.
Yeah.
What did I just-
While everyone was figuring out their D&D Beyond sheets, I'm going to get out of this tree.
Yeah. Did you take your long rest as well?
I did.
Great. So
Very
Good
important.
morning.
you have overslept by quite a bit. Even
I
more
have
than
overslept.
Yodel and Team Air did. And
But I feel fantastic.
No,
My
you
God, am I
don't.
refreshed.
you really feel quite the opposite. You
I feel like shit.
like shit.
Yeah.
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 Even
So
worse.
dramatic.
Even worse than the night before.
Oh, my aching joints and bones. And
Your aching feelings, if you will.
I am up in my feelings. I was up in that tree, up in my feelings, and just marinating for 8 hours apparently. Yeah.
You know what always helps when I'm in my feelings? Adventure! Let's set off, everyone!
What the hell were you doing for 8 hours? Okay, yeah, we wasted time, apparently.
So I
Where's
will
my necklace?
say, before you set off, we'll get to that. But before you set off, I have, unless you want to tell me otherwise, you more or less have a repeat of the dream you had previously. Except this time, when you see the legs walking towards you, and you heard that glass of milk shattering, this time you see these like hands that are sort of gray and scaly, but also look sort of shimmering from heat, holding that glass of milk out to you for a minute and then
Those
dropping it.
Bastards.
I actually got shivers.
The goth look is working. Okay.
Yeah.
I wish my words would have worked. It would have been cooler. Anyways, so you now, not just the legs, you see these hands also sort of floating above the darkness.
It's all coming together.
And you heard just at the end of the dream, "Welcome.
Ah!
You're inching ever closer. Can't wait to see you."
Creepy.
And carry on.
At least we know we'll be greeted with a drink when we arrive.
Yeah, that is the worst welcome mat I've ever heard of.
What if this dream person is just really nice and just wants to share a glass of milk with us?
What if this is
the milk?
yeah.
Milk is a sociopath drink. Everybody knows that.
Does anyone know where my necklace is? It appears to have fallen off of me.
I took very good care of it. Hey,
Thank you.
Can you remind us what the heck that thing is and what it does?
This necklace of greater restoration that can cure any curse or heal any wound?
Yes, that.
Well, that's weird. Why did it fall off of you?
I don't know.
Oh, that's probably when it fell off. That's when you had that really bad dream.
That makes sense.
Well, that makes sense. Is that what happened?
Yes.
I feel like it wouldn't fall off without celestial involvement or some kind of god interfering because it's attuned to me. But what do I know?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check on that observation.
Great.
I have.
Okay. I feel like my Arcana's 4. So we're looking at 20, baby.
Okay. Yeah. You know, you've attuned a couple of magical items to you in the past. Not many, because it's a rare thing to happen. It's a very like high level magical item. But you know that like those things don't just fall off. It's not like, oops, I untied the cool choker around my neck. Something would happen for it to fall off.
Divine intervention.
I mean, that's a whole other thing. We're not there yet, but
Supernatural intervention.
I'm just throwing shots in the dark.
yeah.
What do I got to lose?
Yeah.
We've lingered here way too long. What time is it?
It's about 8, just after 8 in the morning.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah. It's pretty early, but it is, like I said, a pretty dark and dismal day. It's that misty, like just the air is wet. It's a little bit cool. It's late summer, so it's not like freezing or anything, but it feels just kind of dank today.
Like an early Led Zeppelin song. Yes, gotcha.
Come from the land of the ice and snow. Sorry. Don't make me sing ever. It's bad.
That was good. I was down.
Yeah, that's the part I want to hear.
Okay. And as you know, as we discussed before, the Banshee incident is what we're calling it now. You are approximately like just under 2 hours from where the mining area starts, probably closer to an hour and a half. You're not far at all. So what would you like to do? I guess now.
An hour away from the mining? Mine?
Yeah. From the mining like area. You know that like, especially Yodel, you know that there's like an area, like it's a mining area. So people
It's a camp.
yeah, there's a camp there. There's
like the mine, and then there's like little buildings,
exactly.
general store.
Yeah. not so much a store, but like the peddler goes by and there's like a canteen and there's yeah. So yeah, for sure, you're about an hour and a half away from that. What do you want to do? Do you want to keep heading forward? Do you want to do anything first?
Do we need to eat at any point?
We're going to assume I'm not that kind of DM who's like, you've run out of
Okay,
food, you're starving to death. You've got your trail mix or whatever. You're good.
Good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
We're going to assume like you have a quick, like, you know,
Nosh.
a little nosh in your pocket, some like an apple, some gorp, and you're on the way. Yeah. Are you heading towards the mine or do you want to do anything else?
Shall we proceed?
Let's just start heading. Yeah.
Yeah, I
there's
feel like we've
nothing
been
else.
walking for 3 months. Let's just go.
Does I have feel any better when they put on the necklace?
No.
No,
Really?
doesn't really do anything. Okay.
No, they're still attuned to it. You do still feel like that sort of like vibe, that almost magnetism with the necklace. So you're fine in that way. Just something weird happened while you were sleeping this morning.
Well, I feel great. Let's go.
It's actually true, and everyone hates you for it. Everyone else is not feeling great. So you start walking north, and this feels like a great time to take a 10-minute and see what happens next. So everyone grab a beverage, grab whatever you need to do, powder your nose or whatever it is you do, and we'll see you in 10 minutes as we probably finally, unless something crazy happens, who knows, get to the goddamn mine. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Thanks, everyone.
This podcast is proudly sponsored by Howl and Roar Records. Are you a comedy fan, but you're kind of sick of straight white dudes yelling at you? Me too. Me too. Check out Howl and Roar Records, a female-centric comedy record label that empowers artists and facilitates in the creation of content. Based in Toronto, Howl and Roar Records was born out of a desire to make the comedy album world more reflective of the diversity in the industry. Headed by Sirius XM radio host and former comedian Alison Dorr, Howl and Roar understands artists' unique perspective and amplifies voices in entertainment. Go to howlandroarrecords.com to find comedy albums from some of my favorite comics in the industry, like Kate Davis, Meg McKay, Brandon Ash Mohammed, and Natalie Norman. And when it comes time to record my album, I know I'll be going with Howl and Roar. You know what I miss most about life before the pandemic? Sitting around a table with my friends in a replica of the bar from The Shining, eating a dungeon burger and getting drunk on Romulan ale. What the fuck am I talking about? Stormcrow Manor, of course. Toronto's geekiest bar, Stormcrow Manor opened in late 2018 in an elegant Church Street mansion. It includes a sanity-shattering array of theme rooms, secret doors, catacombs, cyberpunk bars, glowing bubbly cocktails, and randomly generated burgers. Of course, we can't go there right now, but almost as cool as dining in at the Manor, Stormcrow will be soon offering cosplay delivery. That's right, you could get your death burger delivered by Spider-Man, Captain Kirk, or that busty anime person you really like. How hot is that? They're currently offering 10% off on all takeout orders and free delivery on Uber Eats. Also, have you tried their death burger?
What ho, fellow travelers! My name is Screamy Bingus. I am a halfling bard. I like to play the horn, the bagpipes, and I have my trusty nunchucks to dispose of all my foes. Twillum is a little-known village that only halflings really know where to find. It's an internal compass kind of thing. I, since I was a child, have suffered from a condition in which I randomly, inexplicably, am possessed by the body of my great-great-great-grandfather Myron, who was a really crotchety old halfling. So every once in a while, I am possessed by the spirit of my great-great-grandfather, and I just spew absolute hateful vitriol at people. It's not bigoted, but it's really mean. In my home village of Dwillum, every year there is the feast, the feast of the Frog King. The Frog King is our local deity, of course, who bestows upon the village blessings for a good gourd harvest for the following year. The Frog King showed up at this yearly Fest of the Frog King to bestow his blessings upon our village. But as luck would have it, on this fateful day, while the Frog King was bestowing his blessings upon the village, I was possessed, and I screamed a lot of really awful, terrible things at our much revered deity in the village. And it brought great shame upon myself and my family and my dear mother, yes. She is a great pumpkin pie maker. It's a small village, and my mom was known as a caring, pie-making, compassionate woman. And I love my mother very much. She is an unconditional, beautiful woman, but as the laws of Dwillum behold, if you disrespect the Frog King, you are banished. And that is my sad, cruel history. They put the brown pumpkin head on my head and turned me around and sent me on my way. A banishment such as this has never concluded in redemption. So the odds are against me. However, I, Scrimmy Bingus, the pluckiest, most optimistic halfling you have ever met, believe that where there is a will, there is a way. And I will find a way to do something so heroic and so redeemably grand and courageous. I just want to prove that I am worth something, and I am much better than this terrible affliction that I have learned to harness up to a certain point. If anything, just know that I am learning to harness my power of vicious mockery, and if it pops off on you, please don't take it personally. It's my great-great-great-grandfather. He's just very disgruntled because he died in a horrible wheelbarrow accident.
She says you gotta be the bad guy, be the good guy, and you know why. And I know you hate it, you can't win. You can't play the middle to let you go. She's gonna hate you just a little, and I know I've been there on both sides, baby, you both tried. You're a good guy, but this time you're gonna have to be the bad guy. It's just too easy to fall back, lying in the sun, storing lemonade. When we're having fun, you're the best thing ever. How can you say you can't stay this way forever? Don't try. It's all the words that push you. The love is for you. It's all over me. When we kiss goodbye, you're gonna have to be the bad guy.
There is a mist that hangs heavy in the land of Barovia. Two strangers lost together stare up at the ancient spires of Castle Ravenloft. For it is here they've been invited. Dwarven Moss presents a Dungeons & Dragons actual play of The Curse of Straw.
Hello, everybody, and thanks for sticking with us. We are back. Our lovely travelers are on the road, heading on what seems to be the last leg of their journey towards the mine to find out what the bejesus, wait, who's Jesus? Doesn't exist in this world, is happening up at the mines. It seems like ages ago, but it was only really 3 days ago when they first got the letter from Taruth to Maeve, alerting them of the dangers in the mine and something strange going on with the miners. And now they're but 90 minutes away, maybe slightly more, to get where they're going and to investigate bravely this situation. So, Yodel, I have Timur, Scrimmy, you're heading north. What do you do?
We're heading north.
I'm not on a horse. This is just how I walk.
Great.
I'm playing the bagpipes.
Really?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No.
I mean, you are. That's fine.
No, I'm not.
There's definitely no reason not to draw attention to you out here.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm imagining that I am, though, in my head because it makes me happy.
Great. Does anybody want to do anything on the road? Discuss anything? Prepare? Do anything?
Yeah. So
I have a question for I. Go ahead, Yodel. You first.
I was just about to suggest an equipment check. I don't remember. I don't recall what everyone has. What's at our disposal once we get to our destination?
I have a potion of enlargement.
Hell.
It is D&D Viagra. It is not. I had to go there. It's not.
Yeah, is it consumable or is it like a salve that I rub on a body part?
It's a potion.
Okay.
There are things that are like oil of, and you have to rub on your body. This one is a potion.
Thank you for exemplifying everything.
Listen, I use my hands too much. We all know that by now. Let it go.
I've heard a lot of rumors. I have a well, who has the rope? I don't have the rope. Where's my stuff?
I think I have.
yeah, we do have rope, right?
Uh-huh.
We had to give back those candles, right? Because apparently we sold them.
No, didn't we buy candles? I have candles.
Oh wait,
I have
did you
5
buy candles?
Yeah, I've got 5 candles. I've got the potion of healing, greater healing, right? Potion of psychic resistance, my backpack, my bedroll, etc. But yeah, I've got the candles. A disguise kit.
I think were from the shrine, and you really should have left them behind, unless you started the game with candles.
No, we bought them.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay.
We met a kindly merchant that we were going to mug and then chose not to.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
You must have been
paying
attention to some other band of merry troopers somewhere else, and
Yeah.
we went under God's radar.
That's when we bought all that rope and like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I got you. I didn't
I have
remember
a
these candles, but okay.
Oh yes, and a
I
torch
have
and a water skin.
shield.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
me, Yodel, and Timur, I think each bought 3 torches, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yes, 3 torches.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
not on my. Oh, I didn't scroll down.
We didn't really need them.
Not yet, but we're outside.
Wait,
But
didn't-
I mean,
are we buying shields?
I has dancing lights, and we have spells that can take care of that for us. I
What if
think.
we split up?
Sometimes we're not
Don't
together.
waste your magic.
Okay, no, that's true.
Scrimmy is morally against splitting up.
Oh
And will
yeah, big
viciously
time.
mock you if you attempt.
Like what horror movie is that a good idea? And we're dealing with the undead here, people. Let's be
Yeah.
real.
Let's not split up unless everyone's going to sleep and I have to fight banshees by myself. Then it's fine.
You chose to go out there, Team Air. You can't put that on us. I was
Mommy,
Thank
Daddy,
you.
please stop fighting.
I have a potion.
Why does everyone keep saying my name?
It's, just,
It's
that's what's
really
funny.
confusing, I will say.
I have a potion of healing, disguise kit, and a potion of enlargement are the most notable things that I have. So I can disguise myself at some point. That'll be fun. And make myself really big so I can like pretend to be a golem or something.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Can you disguise
disguise-
yourself as a much better warrior than you are?
Yeah,
A
please.
disguise kit is the equivalent of like a theater costume. Like it's not
No.
magic, but
No.
you can,
But I can still make myself big and disguise myself
Yeah.
as a big man.
yeah, and put some glasses on or something.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
disguise kit turns you into Tom Hanks.
Okay, so we have a lot of equipment. We're good to go. So we're
Yeah.
going to start walking north. Yeah.
yeah. I assume this is
All
a
right.
walk and talk. You're like,
Oh
okay,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
yeah.
now, whom did I interrupt when I started asking about the gear?
I was going to ask I have about his history with milk and what the significance of milk is to his character.
Whatever do you mean? It's milk. It's good for your bones. It's delicious. It's frosty. It's refreshing.
He loves life.
So it just bears a more significant. It's just better than all of the drinks. Like, is it that it's?
Have you had milk?
Yeah, like when he drinks milk, when they drink milk, they love life and they taste the freshness.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Good
like
for your
a cat.
bones. It helps you see in the dark. Wait, that's carrots. It's good for your bones.
It is good for your bones up until a certain age, and then it actually has no nutritional like.
Wait,
Did you
what?
not know that? Yeah, milk stops being like really significant to your body past a certain age. So that's why like you don't need to keep drinking it. It doesn't have the same effects anymore. Like once you stop growing and you drink milk, it doesn't actually help your body grow.
I've been running around the tricorn looking for milk my entire life, and no one fucking has it. And I was like, it's been like the secondary quest of my career. I don't even fucking like milk, and you're telling me that like I don't need to be drinking it?
Yeah, like the farmers need to get paid. So they're going to tell you that milk is like essential forever, but it's not. Anyway,
Next,
He's
you're
been
gonna tell me
brainwashed
that
by Big
Dragonborn
Milk.
didn't even kill my family.
and that wait till next episode. I got news for you. Oh my gosh.
It's a good thing that couldn't possibly be
Spoilers.
untrue.
Sorry. So yeah, so the milk, no significance. You can't think of any reason why the milk would be in a hand of fire.
Well, my worst memory up until this conversation was we went to a bar after a fight and I asked for milk and was told that there wasn't any. And it's frankly the worst thing that's ever happened to me, other than like the slaughter of my family and finding my sister's desecrated flaming corpse. But other than that, like that was just, gosh, I've been...
what's with everyone's sisters being fucking murdered?
Oh, it wasn't just my sister. It was also like my sister, my brother, my father, mother, my grandparents.
Okay, good, great.
Yeah, I just happen to have a twin and we are just identical. It could
Wait.
have easily been.
You have a twin?
Yeah, I
was asleep.
oh, you were asleep. I had this really crazy dream that kind of like was about my sister, but it was just like, yeah, it was really traumatizing. I was like kind of watching her in real time get burned alive, which was not great. By a friend that she knew that I knew, but I don't know. It just seemed really real. Like I know that like I don't know. It just felt weird.
Fuck. That's like it sounds exactly like I felt when I saw that milk shatter. So like relatable.
Relatable.
Yep.
We're all jaded.
Yeah, I was
Fuck.
banished from my village. So
Wait,
I'm not-
what?
Yeah, I'm not allowed seeing my lovely mom and my brother who is okay anymore.
But they can find you, right?
No, leaving the village is very dangerous. Like I said,
Oh, it's a Mormon village.
it's just the way Dwillum works. It's very insular. We have our own sort of economy and way of doing things. I insulted the Frog King by accident, and I was banished in the Great Gourd Harvest.
That tracks.
Oh,
That makes sense.
Did I miss this? Are we just finding this out right now?
I mean,
This is
it
coming
was-
out. This is D&D. This is my favorite part of D&D. Sorry for interjecting, but I love this shit. Carry on.
It was playing in the intermission, so if audience members have heard this before, I'm sorry, but yeah, it was the Great Gourd Harvest, and and every year the Frog King comes out, and we pay homage to the Frog King, and we give him all kinds of gifts, and we play music for him, and we perform, and then you guys know that I get possessed by the ghost of my great grandfather Myron.
Naturally.
So you gave him the gift of your scorn.
See, I didn't have control over it at the time, and during a performance, I was possessed by Myron, and I insulted the Frog King, and as such, the village was cursed to have a terrible gourd harvest that year.
What was your grandpa's beef with the Frog King?
He was just a disgruntled man.
That'll do it.
He grew up shorter than everyone, so of course, he had a chip on his small little shoulder, and he was a legend for taking it out on everybody. And his dying words were, "I'll show you," and nobody knew what that meant until now.
So
Well, everybody's parents are a little bit racist, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope I haven't said anything racist when I get possessed by Myron, and I'm not going to use that as a get out of jail free card. I'd like to let you guys know that I'm not just going to pop off.
Admirable.
I still have enough control over it now.
This is leading to some fascinating moral questions.
Okay, so whoa, Frog King, Myron. Okay, I'm taking it all in.
Mhm.
So everyone that we know has been murdered or banished.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're trying to go
Wait.
save somebody.
Which is to say nothing would happen to poor Benin.
Oh yeah.
Who's Benin?
You forgot already.
Our dear friend Benin Jeet, whose race and class I can't recall.
They were a gnome.
They were a gnome.
Oh yeah, Benin. Yeah, of course, Benin. Yeah, no. Sorry, I've been having these dreams, and I am still a bit drunk, so it's very hard to remember people from the past who aren't my slain sister.
That is understandable.
Understood. Yeah.
Here's mine.
Yodel.
Yeah.
Yodel, what about you? What's your backstory? Did anybody kill your family?
Not that I'm aware of. Not yet.
He hasn't fallen asleep yet to know.
Day's just begun.
Just you
All right, so
Don't
I
know
like
that you won't.
So
It's super fun. I love that we're just getting to know each other.
what is your fundamental driving force then, Yodel? Because I feel like we've got a pretty good idea of everybody so far. But please.
Fame and notoriety.
Mm,
Let's be frank. Deserved. Let's be frank.
mm.
I'm a messenger to pay the bills, but in my heart, I've got my disguise kit, and I'm a +5 performer. So, I just want to get that Quan. Gold, preferably.
Bard recognized Bard.
Bra, 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 bra.
Toodaloo.
I'm a performer of stage, and eventually they'll invent something else. And I like making rocking tunes. That's tunes that one makes with rocks. I like to take on various roles. Some people call that being a con artist. I just call it getting by.
Where does this dialect come from?
Haha! It's Northern Elvish, but also a little bit of the stage in me. I call it non-regional arsehole.
Wow. Northern Elvish. Okay.
What do you call it again? One more time.
Non-regional arsehole.
Ah, sounds delicious.
Don't knock it till you tried it. And then after you tried it, knock it one more time. Good job.
Tis the season.
Yes. But enough grilling me, goddammit. Let's quest.
Ahoy.
Can I play a plucky tune on the bagpipe to like buff our team and lift spirits? Maybe I want to lift spirits.
It's kind of weird you haven't already.
Okay, I bust out the bagpipes and I play Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
Yes, by the ancient bard troupe called AC/DC. Go ahead and roll a performance check.
Sick. Performing is my jam +8. Let's do this. Oh, that's a 27, baby.
Whoa, how is that possible?
I got a 19.
Everyone is jazzed AF. Like, we're pumped now. Like, whatever your sort of pumped jam of choice is, that's what this sounds like. I don't know if it's Tay-Tay for you, or it's AC/DC for you, or it's, I don't know,
Kanye.
It's the latest Yeezy up in here, and that is happening, and you are all pumped about it.
Sick. Do they get a buff on anything? Can we buff their...
Let's see how soon things happen.
No one man should have all that arcana.
This ends the campaign. That was the best, and there's no going anywhere.
And they lived happily.
It doesn't get better than this.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna give T-Mare, go ahead and give yourself an inspiration. So at the top, next to your like hit point, there's a little box that says inspiration. Go ahead and give that a click. Next time you need something, you have advantage on it.
Yes.
I has one, by the way. I don't think we did this in game, but from when they thought to leave like an ink pot and quill at the shrine. So every now and again, the voice of God will just give you an inspiration for being fucking awesome.
Yes.
And whether it's in game or out of game. So keep that in mind. Not based on rolls, unfortunately. That was a kick-ass bagpipe solo, but that was based on you rolling really, really fucking great. So it has to be something super fucking clever. To me, so. Okay, so you've walked about an hour. You can almost smell the mines, like literally. It starts to like, you know, it gets the smell kind of, it's not really sulfur, but it's like that rocky, like, you know, when you walk towards the mountains, the air.
Brimstone.
Yeah. Sulfur, brimstone, sharp air. It gets different, and you're starting to sense that you're very close to the mountain. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you arrive?
I guess we should probably like investigate like as we get closer, no?
Yeah, if you want to just kind of get a sense of what's going on around you.
Perception
check. Yeah, whoever wants to.
I'll do one because I have +4. Okay, let's. This, come on! I got a 6.
Let me give it a shot.
Okay.
That perception's also +4.
I'll fly.
23.
Oh,
Ooh, there
shit.
we go.
Okay.
Receive me, baby.
Yodel knows this area again. And he's like, this is quiet. A little too quiet. Like, even within a half an hour walk of the mine, you should... Damn it, how long is this going to go? You should start hearing a little bit of hustle bustle.
Hmm.
And you don't.
So there's something up. Because we should usually have some sort of clue that we're getting close to the mines, and we're just walking into like a very like soundless situation.
Yeah, it's dead.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
you hear
usually
nobody.
bustly as F, and right now it's quiet as F.
Do we want to just go back?
No, we can't go
We've been
back.
through, like some shit.
Fuck it, let's get beers. Let's grab ales.
If you listen to my dream, I can't.
Hi, Jess, let's help our friends. No, we should totally help our friends.
I mean, everyone's dead in the city at this point, so I'm joking.
What?
Well, they could be dead or asleep.
Yeah.
Or undead.
Ah, Schrodinger's
asleep.
tricorn.
They could have the sleeping sickness.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to. Let's see what we can
We
do
call it being
here.
hungover.
Can we do like a history? We don't need a history check. What do we do here, guys?
At this point, I don't know, unless there's anything clever you think of that you want to do.
We just
Uh,
have
Well,
to-
what,
yeah.
would be,
Yeah.
what are we close enough to see structures?
You can see the mountains from here for sure. The trees are still quite thick. I would give it another like 15 minutes, and then you'll start seeing through the trees. You'll be able to start seeing the structures by the mine. So if there's nothing, we can jump ahead if there's nothing you want to do until you start seeing stuff.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay,
I want to
yeah,
check out this
let's go.
campsite.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go.
So you keep walking. You're now about 10 minutes or so on horseback from being in it, but you can see through these trees. Yodel again knows this site. I don't think anybody has probably else been to the mines for any particular reason, but you start seeing, you know this area. So I'll give you the broad layout, not exactly how it looks now, but how you know it should look, is that there's about a dozen houses here, essentially. So they're like the camps for the mine. They're small, like huts, essentially, 2 to 4 people live in there at a time when they're on shift. Like I said, there's a couple different shifts. There's like A, B shift, and they work for a couple weeks, and then they get a couple weeks off, and then they come and work, and they get paid for how much they work on shift. So normally they'll work like 12-hour days. All they do in those huts is basically sleep. There's a bit of a canteen that is basically a tent, and everyone gets their food and whatever. All of that's provided. You know at this point that Taruth is the sort of head, the foreman, the foreperson, if you will, of the mine. And that's basically what it is. And then they go into the mine. It's a silver mine. And you're on the local side. Another hour or two walk, and there's another side to the mine that the sort of outsiders go and they pay their dues to mine that side. But you're on the local side. So you start walking, and you eventually do start seeing these. You see the canteen, which is a nice tall tent, a nice tall red tent.
Just as we see that, I suggest that we take out that letter and get another look at it. Take a look and just refresh ourselves of exactly what we're doing here.
Should we also
Great idea.
try to go to Toruth's hut?
Yeah, we can totally do that. So I'll read
Good
you
idea.
the letter. Give me 5
Yeah, do that.
minutes to bring that up. I don't have it right on hand, but
So while you're doing that, we're gonna go to Toruth's hut.
Yeah.
We're
So you
walking.
start walking towards Taruth's hut, which is sort of the front one in the bunch of it. Oh my God, where did I store that letter? Let me find it. There it is. Okay. So you pull out the letter again, and it says, "My dearest Maeve, I write to you in great need of your guidance and aid. Something horrible is happening to my workers. Those who have been deep in the mine in the last week have developed a strange sleeping disease. Once asleep, we are unable to wake them for hours. They also report horrible visions and nightmares. Those who have faced this dark rest speak of feelings of weakness and strange longings. I don't know what to do. We need your magic and your advice. Please send word back with Yodel as soon as you can. All my love to Ruth.
Alrighty.
So that's the letter. And that was sent at this point, like basically 3 days ago. You've been on the road. You've slept 3 nights, I believe, since you got it. So it was technically probably sent more like 5 days ago, give or take, like 4.5 maybe. And so as Truth said, things have been going on close to a week at that point. So at this point, you know, it's been maybe up to 12 days where shit has been happening around here. So you start approaching, you see all these huts, but there's nobody around, which is very unusual. Usually there's a hustle fucking bustle around here, but there's nobody around. You see no people. So you head straight to what you know is to Ruth's place, or you assume because it's sort of the 4 persons lodging. You go there, and what do?
What time is it?
It's what did I say?
9:30
close to
now,
10 in the morning. 9:30, 10 in the morning.
We don't see any hearth fires, any smoke, any signs of life. We don't hear anything.
You see, roll a perception check.
Perception.
21, baby.
Yes. 5. What will 5 get me?
Is stressed.
Be honest.
and
Don't hold
sees
back.
Nothing.
Ah.
You're like stressed at this point, I imagine, because this is unusual for you. But with a 21, you notice that there is
Oh, my glasses.
a little bit of smoke coming from two of the huts, and that's it basically.
2 of them that aren't this one.
That
We
aren't
all know
Jews.
that where there's smoke, there's
People.
Ganja.
All of the above.
fire.
But you
Right.
know, it's summer.
Right.
It's like not. You don't need a fire right now to keep warm. It's a damp day, but it's still late summer. It's not like it's winter where there would be a fire burning all day and night. But
Sure, but still, if there's smoke, there's somebody active, there's someone there.
Mhm.
You know, that's what we're here for. Talk to people.
I
Let's
say
start heading towards
we
there.
sorry?
So let's start heading towards where the smoke is.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
what were you gonna say?
At some point,
Yes.
we should check out Tarut's hut just to see if they left behind any clues too. If they're not there,
Right.
Okay,
do
yeah.
you, which do you want to
Let's come
go?
back to that.
Well, we're at Tarut's hut right now, so
Yeah.
let's.
Okay.
Do we? Is
No.
What do you want to do? You are out front of the 4-person's hut.
Okay.
we knock. I knock
You knock.
with my mage hand, not mine. I give it a firm 10-pound knock with my little mage hand. But before I do, I turn to the group. I'm like, "Watch this, guys!" And then I cast it. And then I look back at them like, "Huh? Come on!"
Nothing.
That's so dope that you did that.
happens.
Thank you. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Okay, so Scrimmy's gonna open the door and try to go in first.
Breaking and entering right away.
Are you though?
I
I'll go.
I don't pay rent there.
Okay. You
But,
want to
like,
try the
you're-
door?
Okay.
Yeah, I want to try the door.
Okay. You try the door. It's locked.
can I sleight of hand pick the lock?
You can. It would be a dexterity check. You don't have lock. No, you're not a rogue. You wouldn't. Nobody has lock picking.
Can I do a perception check to see if there's a key hidden? If there's a little fake rock?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and do a perception check.
I feel like I already know what the answer is.
There's not.
Yeah, anytime it's like, yeah, sure. It's like,
Fuck, I gotta get a better poker face.
Well, it's a 6.
There's not.
Okay.
I want to do an investigation.
Don't want to build any suspense, Scott? Don't want to weave a tale? All right.
Can I do an investigation check?
Yeah. What are you looking for?
A key.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you
How about you
start
look
like
for a window.
You lift up the mat. You check some rocks around. You can go ahead. On the windowsill. Go ahead and investigation. Yeah, go ahead.
This is brutal. 6.
No, you cannot find a key.
What can we see through the window?
Nothing. The blinds are drawn.
How big is the chimney?
Oh,
Don't you have a mage hand?
Probably 2 feet wide.
And is it December? Because we're about to be Santa Claus. No.
No, it's September, but you could still be Santa Claus. Who actually, yeah.
A mage hand. Couldn't you command it to part those curtains from the inside of the place?
That's what I was thinking. Send it down the chimney and.
Oh, is that what you were thinking?
Sure. What is the range on mage hand?
This house.
It's exactly the range of this house.
30 feet.
It's gonna be. Let me think. Hold on. A house would be what? 12 feet tall.
30 feet.
Doesn't matter. Approach the window. Do a mage hand. It's like less than a foot to the curtains.
No, you have to be.
You can't like go through the window.
Yeah, you have to be inside the place.
Mage hand is a solid thing.
It's a solid thing.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the term for a magical hand?
Mage hand.
Magical hand.
But it's solid. Once you cast it, it's a solid thing.
Oh.
You can't cast it inside the house on the other side of the window?
Maybe you can, but you've already cast it on the outside, haven't you? To knock.
Yeah, but I can just cast it again. It's a cantrip.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Let's go for it. This might be great. I'm going to have to look this up, but like, let's go for it because this doesn't break anything. Go ahead. So you stop, but you cast it just inside the window.
So I can cast it inside now?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. I cast it inside and I get it to move the blinds.
Okay. So you get the mage hand to like open the blind and it's dark in there. So you can't see a lot. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Can I cast dancing lights inside?
You can cast them outside the window. The light will go in.
Yeah.
I guess we should have done this with the door. We could have just unlocked the door from the other side.
I don't think, especially cantrips, I don't think you can cast them through solid objects.
Oh, just kidding.
It's already there.
Yeah, the mage hand is there, but I didn't think you were going to get all crazy about it. I'm pretty sure, but I'll look that up before next game, but I'm pretty sure you can't cast through a solid object.
Okay, so instead of that, can I do a history check on the front of the house to see when the last time someone was there?
Yeah, that would actually be survival because you're looking for like tracks and stuff. So go ahead and do a survival check.
Perfect.
I like T-Mare's idea.
17.
Okay. It's not too hard to tell. There's footsteps going in and out very recently. Okay. Within probably the past 6 hours, you would say.
Okay.
Well, that's super recent.
Yeah. But also like super, like if it's 10 o'clock now, that would have been at like 4 a.m.
It's broad, but definitely recently within the last few hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I unlock the door from the inside with mage hand? It's already in there.
Fuck. Yeah. Go ahead. I already said it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get mage hand to unlock the door from the inside.
Yeah. You undo the bolt, open the door. You walk inside. It's a very nice hut. It's a one-room sort of hut, but it's well done up. There's a bookshelf. There's a large like queen-size bed. There's a little kitchenette. There's a fireplace. It's very empty. There are lots of books in here, and I don't know. What do you want to look for other than that?
Is there a work desk of some kind?
Yeah, I mean, there's basically one big table that was probably used as a kitchen table and a work desk. There are probably a handful of books on there. Yeah.
Well, what kind of books?
Any notes? Any journals?
Yeah, so there is everybody who wants to start going through, go ahead and do an investigation check. If you're looking at specific things, if you want to look at the room sort of as a whole, it's perception. So it depends what you're looking at. Let me know if you're unsure.
I'm investigating.
Oh,
okay,
God.
What specifically?
I'm doing
the books.
Okay.
It's a 7, so no.
There's a bunch of books. There are a lot of books actually, and a lot of them are spiritual based. There's a lot of books on, for example, you recognize sort of the symbols of Ioun. You recognize a bunch of different deities, and their books here. Anybody else?
Investigation on the desk. Rolled a 9.
Yeah, kind of the same. There's a bunch of books. Taruth is definitely a reader. She's a paladin, just so you guys know. A paladin is sort of tends to be sort of a religious warrior, just so you know. So very likely follows a god and fights for that sort of righteous reason.
Are there any? No, never mind.
Okay, so perception does the whole room as it does the room as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, there's a limit to how many checks you can do, but go ahead and do a perception check for the vibe of the room.
Is one active and the other passive? That kind of thing.
Perception is like overall.
This is brutal.
You're like, I'm checking this room for like the vibe. What color is the room? Who's been here recently? Investigation is like, I want to look specifically at the books on the table, or the coals in the fireplace, or the whatever it may be.
Can I do an Arcana check that I just rolled?
Yeah. So you're just looking to see if you see anything magical in the room.
Yeah, it's a 16.
Let me think here. Actually. In Taruth's room, what would she leave behind? You sense a little bit of magic in a couple of the tomes, more so that they sort of list magical spells in them, which is exciting for you. But other than that, nothing in the room.
Okay, do we need any of these spells, do you think, or no?
I mean, I'm interested, but I also don't want to steal something from someone who we're going to go save because we made that mistake before.
Yeah.
I mean, the only person who could use them is the wizard. The wizard can pick up spells and write them in their book and then learn them and then whatever, but it's a process. So you can definitely try and steal books, but you can't immediately pick them up. That's not how it works.
The only person or the
only class? Only wizards do that.
Only wizards can pick up spells that way.
Yeah.
I can write something down, but I can't learn it until I have a spell slot to level up to, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's leave this place. This is there's nothing.
Yeah.
Let's go check out that smoke.
Okay. So you head over to the closest one of the two that has smoke coming out of it. And what do you do?
I don't know. What does it look like?
It actually, so outside, whoever wants to take sort of a look or a perimeter of the house, go ahead and do a perception check.
I've been rolling hot garbage all day, so does anybody else want to pick up the dice here?
I got a 16.
No. Okay. I got a 24.
Fuck.
Never mind.
Team Air up the bat.
Team Air does a loop of the house. You got this. So this is one of the workers' houses for sure. This is where the workers sleep. You actually find and you notice this is on each of the houses, there's sort of a chalkboard out front with the names of the people who stay inside. So on the chalkboard of this house, there are 4 names. Von Shonnery.
Sorry.
Immediately jealous.
Yeah. Griselda, one word only. Bolin Silversmith. And Sylvester P.
Pallone.
Okay, she's got to get inspired for that.
I don't know what that means, so maybe not. What does that mean?
Sylvester Pallone?
I don't know what that is.
Like Sylvester Stallone with a P?
Oh, fuck my life. You do not get fucking advantage for that.
Take the advantage away.
Can I win this game just on puns?
Yes. You can, but you're not there yet. Okay.
If somebody told me we could play that way.
Yodel would have been making puns this whole time. Everything else has been earnest.
Like,
I'm old enough to be your father and just as corny.
Scrimmy, you wrote all those down, right?
Yeah. I got Von Shonnery, Griselda, Bolin, Silversmith, was it? The last name on that one? And then Sylvester P.
Yeah, I saw you writing it, so I was like, okay, I won't also. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
And you take a look. It's like these the workers here are treated well. It's not like a shitty like mine from the 1920s. It's like in fantasy world, the miners are treated well. They have a nice place to stay. I mean, they all bunk up. There's, as you see, 4 people in this place, but it's a nice hut, well built, keeps out the rain, keeps out the cold. 4 people stay here. They tend to just like write their names in the door so that people know where to find each other. And that's the hut.
Shall we knock?
Knock, knock.
Yeah.
Do you wanna use
Is it
Mage
not
Hand?
on fire still? It's on fire. Is it not on fire?
It's not on fire. There's like a
No,
little
the
bit
smoke is from the hearth.
from the chimney. It's not on
I
fire.
wouldn't have come here. it's just a home. Okay, cool. Yeah. Let's not.
No danger. Moving on.
If I'm not losing half my hit points, then why are we even here? No.
So
Just kidding.
barbarian.
That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke.
In that case,
No.
you knock on the door.
Yeah.
A few seconds later, the door opens.
Flex that Mage Hand again.
Yeah, I cast Mage Hand, and as it's about to knock, I jump in front and I knock on it because that's like a classic Dwillum prank. You just prank your own Mage Hand sometimes.
This is why you got exiled.
The door opens. Hello? Who
Hello.
are you? Before you stands a dragonborn.
Hold me back.
Yeah, goldish green in color, wearing like a red robe. Can I help you?
What ho? It is I.
That
and us.
hoe.
It is us. Please excuse my friend back there. They have a sordid history, and I'm sure we can all get along just fine.
She
We
starts
come in
closing
peace.
the door a little. Who
We
are
come in-
you?
We are a group of travelers. We received a letter from your village foreperson that there was something real bad going on down here, and so we came to help sincerely.
From whom
Yes, we
did you
see-
receive this letter?
Oh, what was their name? I didn't. That's the only name I haven't written down.
Ayun? It's not.
Taruth.
Not Ayun. Taruth. Yeah, Taruth.
From
we seek
Taruth, you say.
Yes.
To whom was
I-
this letter addressed?
We're gonna need a
Mage.
little bit more feedback. We're gonna need a little
Was
more feedback
I?
before we give more. Okay, that's fine.
And she looks at it a little more.
Sorry.
Yodel! My goodness. What a
I've never had a
sight
gift
for
with drama. I don't know what I'm doing.
what a sight for sore eyes. Come
Yes.
in, come in, come in.
Yes, 'tis I, Yodel. My crew here, they're all really, really nice. Despite their abhorrent behavior, they were raised poorly. But yes, please, thank you for your hospitality. We're going to come inside, make ourselves comfortable if you don't
Where is
mind.
Maeve?
Let's talk about Taruth.
Where is Maeve?
That's a really good question.
They are running a
Um,
business.
I sent you the letter to send them here.
Maeve was busy. Maeve is in, it's the busy season for Maeve. It's like,
There's
Well,
no
Christmas
excuse
right
they
now.
would be here.
Oh, well, then
Maybe
who would
a bunch
watch the
of
tavern?
rats.
plus Maeve had the emergency with rats in the basement.
Rats.
There's all that to sort out.
Rats in
Giant-
what basement?
Her basement. Her?
Their basement.
Their basement. In Maeve's basement. Full of huge killer rats with bad attitudes and sharp teeth.
Come in, take a seat. And this dragonborn, who's
Oh.
very tall, about 7 feet tall, goldish greenish scales, like I said, you have finally met the foreperson of the Tricorn Mines. This is Taruth Tasira.
Yes.
Wild!
Taruth.
She's
Taruth. Taruth
Not
is
impressed.
on fire.
She's pretty fucking cool. She runs this joint. But you enter the room, and right away you actually notice there are 2 bunk beds in here. And there's a dwarf asleep on each bed.
And Taruth is this dragonborn, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
This is
okay.
Taruth. This is she who sent the letter. You have met her finally. Yodel would have met her because he got the letter from her to begin with.
Got it.
And she's here in this miner's hut. And she invites you in, and you're in this basically in this hut. There is a small fireplace. There is, again, a shelf of books, a shelf of arms, like pickaxes and stuff, not like a fighting arms, really. 2 bunk beds, a large sort of dining table with 6 chairs, and a small kitchenette. And she invites you to sit down. There are 6 chairs, so you can all have a seat if you would like to.
I will not be sitting.
Okay.
Ooh. All right, well, I'll take a seat beside Taruth. Is Taruth sitting?
Yeah, she'll take a seat at the head of the table, very likely.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
so I sit beside Taruth. And I said, so, Taruth, tell me what's been going on. How's your week been?
I don't understand, Bard, if you are joking with me, but right now is not the time for jests. My people are dying. Not only are they dying, they are becoming undead. They're becoming literally specters and monstrosities of what they once were. Do not bring me your jest, Bard.
Yo, Toulouse, don't bring us your jest. We have to fight those undead on the way here. Like, this is your problem too.
Yeah,
We're dealing with
absolutely.
your problem. Like, the
I'm
audacity.
just being civil. I don't want to pretend like I already know what's happening. I give the floor to you. Tell me in great excruciating detail exactly what's been happening. And don't spare the curse words.
It has been nigh on, nearly 2 weeks. Accents are changing. Nope. She does not have an accent. She just speaks with ferocity. Ever since, I don't know when, after perhaps the visitation day, my employees, my workers, they started coming out of the mine with sadness, with sickness, and we can't seem to wake them. Perhaps an hour one day, perhaps 2 the next, and then they're gone. Their bodies change or their spirits leave them, and there's no way to tell how or which or where they will go, but they all die.
So
I've been able to save 1 or 2 with a magic here or there, but I don't have enough. I don't have enough for all of the people here.
So they're dying, and some are escaping. You have corpses.
Some leave their corpses, and their corpses transform. They're becoming undead monstrosity. Every one who have been in the mines in the past 13 days.
Are there any in the mines right now?
No, this is the last group.
Who are these 2 yahoos sleeping on the beds?
There's 4 there.
There's 4.
These are they're my last shift, and I told them not to go, but they insisted. They went in, what was it, 4 days ago now.
And how long have they been asleep?
Almost 12 hours. I don't.
Do any of these undead, what type of monstrosities do they turn into? Have you experienced a banshee, for example?
I have.
What?
Did you see them?
Did we see them, bro? Yeah, I saw them. I almost died. The banshees are out in these streets.
Have they gone? Oh no, that's horrible. Have they gone far? Where did you come across them? What borders have they crossed? I've tried to fight them, and we've tried. There has been specters and skeletons and zombies and banshees and undead of all sorts. Oh my.
So why
Yeah,
did you only send Maeve if this was happening? Why wouldn't you want more people to come and help? What is Maeve going to do?
Yeah,
I thought
why
that-
specifically Maeve's magic in the letter?
They're a very magical person. I have sent other letters since.
Who among us is not a very magical person?
This is
Personality-wise alone.
again, Bard, with your jests. I know there is magic.
Do you not know me? Aren't we not acquainted? You knew what you were putting in your shopping cart when you approached the counter. You know what I'm saying?
I know there is magic in this world, Tiefling, and you, Bard. I know this. But if you've lived on this earth long enough, as long as you know that only certain magics can deal with undead, can bring our people back.
Jesus, this is why no one likes Dragonborn.
Please excuse my friend over there.
She just looks at you with her golden eyes and is like, bitch, please, right now. Like, you basically get the sense that she's been trying to keep this shit together, and there's only so much you can do around here, right? It's not like you get on your cell phone and you call like Thor. Like, it takes a minute. And the first person she thought to call was a partner who's a very magical elf. And then since then, she's been sending letters, but it's a small town. And you are a bunch of heroes that have taken 3 days to get here. And you're probably quicker and more powerful than any other singular person. So that's I'll give you that for free.
Well, fear not, because we are a band of experienced warriors. And then I reach back and I grab what I think are my nunchucks and I show them to her, except I grabbed my bagpipe by accident. And I'm like, where did that come from? You see, I'm a bard as well. And then I grab my nunchucks and I show those to her.
Where is Maeve? I sent for them.
They sent us in their stead because they are opening their tavern, and we have proven ourselves time and time again to be loyal friends of theirs, as well as very capable fighters, and the right people for this job.
If you are, then you must prove it. What do we do now? There is a great evil in those minds, and I don't know from whence it came or for how to destroy it, but we must do it. I feel it coming ever closer. She takes a beat. Have you experienced the dreams?
Whoa.
Oh,
you should ask.
What dreams are you talking about? What dreams have you experienced?
Each of the victims. She kind of tries to shift though, each of the victims before they passed experienced 4 days of horrible dreams, and then they were gone.
Whoa, wait, sorry. So 4 days of horrible dreams, and then they were gone?
Yes.
So
how many days of horrible dreams we had?
I've had 2 bad dreams, but I think that was in the same night. Yodel's had 2 nights of dreams. So we're on a timer here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A schedule.
Taruth, when everything started changing, do you recall any one thing that happened to set all this off? Was there something that changed, and to any inciting incident or something that you noticed that was different when everything started changing?
She thinks it seemed to happen. What was it? 13 days, perhaps 13 nights, 14 days ago, when I remember it well because it was the day they took the tour of the mine. Are you laughing at my accent changing? Sorry.
No, I'm just laughing that it was 13 or 14 days that you remember it.
But you remember it well.
Because it has to be specific. It was 14 nights, 13 days ago. Yeah.
When they
so was
toured
kind
the
of a
mine.
tour?
Wait.
Somebody went on a tour?
Yes. The mayor insisted.
Oh,
We did a
The mayor.
tour. We did a
The
tour.
mayor insisted on taking a tour.
Yes.
So the mayor took a tour.
We did a tour for a bunch of the socialites and the hoi polloi of the town.
and the tour went as tours would, like just swimmingly, or?
Yes, it was fine. I was against it. I don't want to bring inexperienced people into a dangerous mine, but I understand that it's not important.
Whereabouts did the tour go in the mine? Like what locations?
Well, we took the cart right down basically into where they had dug to, and
And
we
then right
talked
back.
about the silver and the different tunnels. It was basically a tourist day.
So you were on this tour as well.
I went for part of it and then escaped.
Is there anybody left in the camp who also was on this original tour with the mayor and the hoi polloi?
No.
Was the mayor particularly interested in any one thing? Was his behavior perceptively odd? How good is your perception when you do a check?
I don't understand what you're asking me.
Was he behaving erratically in your opinion, or was there any one thing that he was transfixed upon or set out to do? You know what I mean?
That mayor, he talks a lot and means nothing most of the time. I try not to listen to him. He was very insistent on going to the deepest point to show how strong we are and what a rich city we are, etc., etc.
Who was he showing that to?
I think that Jeffrey character. Oh, I think Varga was there. A handful of the rich, folk. I think it was a show off. A couple of the people from the mine across to show that we had dug deeper and we have more silver. It was a waste of my time and my workers' time. But who cares about the mayor right now? I hope he's home in his comfy silken sheets.
I don't. I'm like, what? The mayor clearly.
Yeah. We just want to suss out what's going on in that mine, and they were the ones who seem to have been there when the whole
started. Thing. Yeah,
we don't know they instigated, but they were there at the beginning.
You think
along with Varga and Jeff?
Yes, and a number of others. I believe there was around 10 folk from the city, and
the other folks were from the other mine.
Yes, perhaps five from either 5 from the city and 5 from the neighboring mine.
We asked
the neighboring mine at some point and ask around there too.
We ask because you see Taruth 2 days ago. It feels like over a month ago at this point. We had met the mayor, Jeffrey, Varga, a number of the people that you have mentioned at Maeve's opening night for their tavern.
Yes.
So there are details here coming together that I hope you can see are eerily starting to match up. So any information you can give us is perfect about their behavior, that specific group of people.
I don't understand how this could be related. The only reason I remember exactly the day is because it was this event. But what could some undead reawakening have to do with these, excuse my language, assholes from the cities?
Now, was there any? You're a follower of Ayun,
among
we're
others.
Assuming
yes.
because we broke into your house, and never mind.
Excuse me.
What?
Someone broke into your house.
So we were walking past your house and noticed someone
broken
used a
into.
mage hand to peel back the curtain and glanced in and saw that you're a follower of Ayun. Was there any festivals or celebrations happening around the time of this tour, or any other deities that you may be aware of? Feast days?
No, none. This was... No, as you know, the harvest is not far away.
I
but
don't know that.
You probably do, but you don't care.
Turn my back on that life.
I don't...
Repressed memories.
No, 2 weeks ago, it was just a normal Friday, I believe it was. And they came for this tour and left. And the next day, I wouldn't have even noticed. But I was told that there was a handful of my workers that were being lazy and taking a sleep in. Normally wouldn't care for a Saturday, and then it got worse, and then it got worse.
Has anyone talked to Maeve since we left?
What do I know? I sent the letter for them to come here. And instead I get you.
We
I'm
can
going to
leave.
talk.
Like we don't need to. We can like if you don't want help,
Please
we're like
stay.
super
I have
cool.
nobody else.
Oh, so you do want? Okay, so I just don't
Yeah.
understand the tone then.
Yeah. What are you doing criticizing the bard's tone and you're going to talk to us like that? No.
I just want to point out, and before I even try to decipher all of this, which I'm going to, is that like I was right about Maeve. But anyway, let's go into this. I just can't believe that I was right. We could have saved this whole mission. But anyway, so you haven't spoken to Maeve since. You sent Maeve out here. You didn't know who was coming out. You haven't said any like so the mayor was here, the mayor went back, and we saw like that the mayor was having fun kikiing over there with Maeve. You had no idea where the mayor was going, and now everyone here is dead. Correct?
Yes, but why would I keep track of the mayor?
No, exactly. Exactly.
Oh.
Someone was thinking, why would you keep track of the mayor?
Why would you keep track of the person who was down in the mine right before all the crazy shit went down that killed
Yeah.
all of your miners?
We're just saying
Okay.
there's more you could have done.
Everybody, roll a perception check.
Sarcasm check?
Yeah.
24. My sarcasm's so high.
Yeah. So high.
Wait, what does this mean? Oh,
Perception, you said?
22.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Ooh, ooh.
Everything's gonna be all right.
Scrims.
I rolled a 12. Perception, right?
Okay, so Scrimmy and T-Mare are looking at this Dragonborn woman like, what the fuck? Like, you call yourself a foreman and you're out here like missing the connections. And I have actually does the biggest eye roll you've ever seen. And Yodel adjusts his hat. And I have and Yodel at doing that, they just happen to notice out of the corner of their eye the two bottom bunks. The people in it start to move.
There.
Hey, those two bottom bumps. The people in there are starting to move.
The heads just like rise up
Wait, what?
and start going.
Okay, so I
Do
know
they
y'all
normally
aren't
sound
the
like
most
that?
perceptive too, but you're hearing that, right?
And that's where we'll end tonight.
Battle? Oh,
Wow.
that's hankering to issue a
There we go. Now I'm back. Oh, that was such an incredible show. Thank you all so much, so much for tuning in. Thank you once again to all of our sponsors, Stormcrow Manor, Howl and Roar Records, and Make Lemonade. Special thanks to Glide Day TV for hosting us. YouTube and Twitch. No, that's all me. Yeah, and that is everything. So make sure to subscribe. Little button right around here. And you'll be entered into a chance to win a really cool prize pack from Comic Sans and our sponsors. And you can find us back here in exactly 2 weeks. That'll be March, I want to say 3rd, March 8th, March 8th, 7th, 8th. Something like 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now at 7:30 p.m. Make sure to check us out. Thank you all so much for joining us. And now here comes the awkward part. My podcast tech has told me that we need a quick 10 seconds of room tone silence. So I'm just going to be adding everyone back into the stream. And this is where it gets awkward. And that should be good enough. All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.